There are names that do not fade with the years. Names that cling to the wind and bury themselves beneath the floorboards of a village. One such name is Lisa. Lisa of Black Hollow. She arrived in the winter of 1889, borne not upon foot, but in a black lacquered carriage, pulled by two pale horses whose hooves made no sound upon the frost. No one saw a driver, no one saw a servant, only her. She stepped from the coach as though birthed by it, tall, pale as the grave, her dark hair in long spirals over blood-red velvet. Her eyes were blue, not like the sky, but like frozen lake water, still, deep, and always watching. She bought the manor at the edge of the moor. It had been empty since the plague took the Roths. Locals called it the Hollow House, for it groaned with wind and memory. But within a fortnight, its windows glowed. Workers came and went, paid in foreign coin. By the first snowfall, smoke curled from its chimneys and music played from its halls. She was alone, always alone, but not for long. The first to disappear was Marek, the blacksmith's son. Strong as an ox, just turned 20. He'd gone up to the manor to deliver iron fittings. He never returned. 3 days later, they found him hanging upside down from a tree on Hollow's Ridge. His throat had been torn open. Torn, not cut. His skin pale as milk, and his body emptied of blood. The look on his face. Some said it was horror. Others said it was ecstasy. More young men vanished. Hunters, apprentices, even a priest's cousin. All found the same way. Drained, twisted, mouths parted like they had gasped for something, and received it. The elders muttered of old things. The midwives locked their doors. The clergy preached louder, but prayed softer. Only Sion, the blind war veteran, dared to speak her name. "Lisa," he rasped from beneath his moldy cloak. "Lisa, la Sangueuse. She smells of lilac and iron. I heard her breath. It was thick with death." The villagers laughed him off, until the children began to sleepwalk. Tiny feet wandered from homes at midnight. Some were found wandering the moors, barefoot and bleeding. One was found curled beneath the statue of Saint Agatha, whispering in a tongue no man could name. Another was discovered at dawn, arms stretched wide, face lifted to the moon, lips moving in prayer to a god of blood. No one laughed after that. I arrived in early 1891, sent from London by the King's Folklore Society to document the disturbances. I'd been to 100 towns, heard 1,000 ghost tales, but none so constant, none so steeped in dread. They all spoke of her, but no one dared knock. So I did. Lisa greeted me at dusk. She stood at the top of the staircase, a candle in hand. Her dress was the color of dried rose petals. She smiled, and I felt as though my spine had been removed. Her voice was calm, musical. She invited me to tea. I accepted. The manor was not of this world. Velvet drapes bled down stone walls. Paintings of men I did not recognize hung beside symbols no priest would dare trace. The fire burned green, the air smelled like old perfume and something else. Something metallic. We sat in the parlor. She poured the tea. "You study the strange, Mr. Altham," she said. "I document the superstitions of dying places. So little faith in what lives beneath. I do not frighten easily." She smiled wider. "Oh," she whispered, "but I do." We talked of poetry, of death, of eternity. Then as the candle flickered, she leaned forward and said, in a voice colder than stone, "You remind me of my husband, the way his skin flushed just before the blade entered." She opened her mouth. Not two fangs. All of her teeth were fangs, short, sharp, irregular, like an animal bred for rending. Her hands rose. The nails, no talons, were red, curled, wet. She struck before I could scream. My chest burned. Her claws opened me like parchment. She lunged for my throat, but something stopped her. I do not know if it was divine or luck, but the crucifix beneath my collar flared in the candlelight. She shrieked like a dying violin. Her skin blistered at the sight of it. She recoiled into shadow, howling in a language older than Latin. I fled, bleeding, half blind. I stumbled into the fog. I heard her laughter behind me, low, throaty, pleased. I survived. Few did. 2 months later, the villagers stormed the manor with pitch and torch. They found no laser, only a feast laid out on silver trays, bones boiled white. Some bore infant teeth. Above the hearth, written in blood, were the words, "I feed only on the willing, and all become willing." Lisa never returned, but the moors never thawed again, and the fog in Black Hollow never lifts. Sometimes, when the night is too still, the wind carries a voice, laughing, whispering, calling by name, yours.